So just got back home from the junkyard, and I just wanted to go over what we got this time. I don't want to say we got more than what we got last time, but in a way we kind of did as far as like quantity, but didn't get any like huge big items except for one of these things. So just real quick, we got a new timing tensioner cover for, you know, I really don't know why. I just couldn't leave it behind. I just wanted it. So here it is. We got that. Also picked up the CRV engine mount, passenger side engine mount. I just thought, you know, maybe we might need this. I've actually already got a solution for this, but I just thought, you know, it's just going to sit there and rust and return to the earth at some point. So I'll just bring it home. Got a battery tie down, which I am missing out of my car. So this is cool to have. I know there's aftermarket stuff out there, but you know, I think I kind of like the factory look sometimes on some things. Got a bunch of miscellaneous bolts here. A lot of this stuff came off like the transmission. And I also got this little bracket right here. The RSX already has one of these on the transmission, but I thought if I could find a place to bolt this onto the other side of the block, I'll have two really good, you know, positions to lift the motor out with my engine hoist. So I just grabbed that, you know, figured that could probably come in handy at one point. Also got every single fuse and relay out of the CRV fuse box, the underhood fuse box. So that's really cool. Figured, you know, that's definitely gonna probably come in handy one day. Got this little VCT cover thing. It's disgusting, but it's this guy right here. And I just thought, you know, maybe I could paint that and use it on mine, or, you know, something. This right here is a telltale sign of just how nasty that CRV engine was and how just it was not taken care of. This is probably one of my favorite coil pack covers that you can get. And it's just a basic Honda coil pack cover, but the sheer simplicity of it, just, I like it. You know what I mean? Like, I really like it. It's definitely more simple than like the Acura one that, you know, comes on the RSXs and stuff. But I don't know. There's just something about this that just the sheer simplicity of it is very attractive to me. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my hybrid racing coil pack cover, but, you know, I just thought, I'll just take it. You know what I mean? I've got other nuts and bolts here. I got a few things that pertain to like the water pump housing and what attaches all of the other engine accessories. So I think maybe this, no, it's like one of these two, or maybe both of these two. So it's like these two bolts and one of the bigger nuts, maybe this guy right here, something like that. So this thing requires two nuts and two bolts. So like, you know, this nut goes here, and then another nut right there, and then that goes through there, and then that one goes through right there, or something along those lines. Just a way to attach this back to the block, because pretty sure that this water pump housing is the one that came off the block to begin with. So I just grabbed those off the CRV too, because there was no way I was going to be able to source these. I could have probably found the nuts pretty simply, but there was no way I was finding those. So I pretty much just grabbed anything that could have been useful. Here's the creme de la creme of what we were after. This is the crank position sensor plate, and this right here is all the bolts that I need that was underneath the timing chain cover. So I've got the big swivel bolt that mounts up the timing chain guide that curves that the tensioner pushes up against. I got that. I also have tensioner bolts. I've got the other mount bolts, and I've also got the two little oil chain guide bolts. And so yeah, this is what we were shooting for today, and we got them. The only thing that I was not able to get off the CRV that I'm still just kind of hurt about, like I said earlier, was the dadgum timing chain cover. And I don't know why I don't know why I wasn't able to like get it off in one piece. So this is a blind hole. These three holes is what this attaches to. So these three holes attach just like that. They go into the block. So there's how that goes. So that works. And then you've got these bolts. These are blind holes. Like those don't go to anything. And so then you've got the three bolts that go into the oil pan. So these three, you got to take those off the oil pan. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you've got a 13th bolt right in here. And then there's actually another bolt that goes in here. It's a sensor. I don't know what the sensor is called, but it's a sensor that goes in here. It's got a plug that comes off of it, and then it's got a bolt on the inside of here as well that you have to take off. So, I mean, it's 13, 14, 15, 16. So technically, all in all, it's 16 bolts you have to take off. And I took off every single one, but it basically like broke like up in here. So I'm thinking like there was something going on right in here. When I pulled that sensor out, part of it actually got left behind as well. So I really don't know what happened to it. I don't know. But the reason I wanted it so bad was because I was really afraid that maybe this was for a K20, because like I said in my last Junkyard video, one of these dipsticks is for a K24 and the other one is for a K20 because one of them is shorter than the other one. And I got that from the guy that I bought the K24 from in the first place. And so he is the one that gave me this and that to go with the block when I bought it from him. And I just thought, well, maybe he just made a simple mistake and gave me the wrong one. But I did some research and I looked up a bunch of stuff, and I am 99% positive that this is the correct timing cover for a K24 A2 off of a TSX. Based on all the photos I've looked at, the differences, yeah, this is correct. So no harm done as far as the CRV is concerned. So with that being said, you guys, that's probably it for my Junkyard adventures at the moment. There's really nothing else that we can get from a K24. Every single thing else that we need is for a K20. Now, obviously, I'm not going to use old time and chain guides because that's something that I could also get from the K24s, but I'm getting all new time and chain guides. I'm not going to be using used stuff. I mean, I don't even know how many miles that CRV had on it. So I still need to get the other time and chain guide, the one that the tensioner pushes up against. I still need a new tensioner. I still need a lot of things. I think I've got all of the stuff that I'm going to buy that's used, that's not off of a K20. So other stuff that we need off of a K20, let me just look at my list real quick, actually. So K24 timing, crank, gear, and sensor plate, or whatever it's called. I did not get the timing gears. I can buy those new offline or whatever. I think I would probably prefer a new one. That is a wear item. That is something that the chain spins against. I don't think I want to use a used one, even though they're probably totally fine used. I'm trying to go for as new of an engine build as I can. Mine is bolts and stuff like this that holds. I don't care about this stuff. I'll clean it up, bolt it on, it'll be fine. But this plate, it just spins. These little teeth that are on here, that is what rolls in front of this sensor here. That's what this sensor for. This sensor reads whenever this metal comes close to it, and it reads like the position of the crankshaft. That's what this is for. So I can't, if this is different than a K series, than a K20, then I'll obviously have to get a different one, but I don't understand why they would be. That doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm totally fine with reusing something like that. That's no big deal because it's not a wear item. It's not actually rubbing or pushing against something. You know what I'm saying? What we need, I've got engine mount bolts. I got a bunch of that stuff. Water pump nuts and bolts. I got all that stuff. Timing tensioner bolts. Got those. Timing guide bolts. Got those as well. Any nuts and bolts that could be useful. Yeah, okay. So we're good there. So for the K20, this is what I need for the K24 that's off of the K20. I need oil pump bolts, which I'm pretty much down to just needing one. I need the oil baffle and the bolts. Oil chain tensioner and bolts, which I need one that's brand new, but I was just looking for bolts and stuff. And I also need an oil chain guide and the bolts, which I've got the oil chain guide bolts right there. I didn't get the tensioner bolts because I couldn't get under the oil pan, but I think I've got enough of everything to kind of make it happen. I think that's going to be it, you guys. I feel like I've showed you everything I want to show you. We're getting there. We're actually getting there, and I'm really freaking stoked about it. I really am. Tip your vegetables, eat your waitresses, share my videos with your dog, you guys. I really do appreciate it. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, if you enjoy my videos. I really do appreciate that. That's the best way to help out the channel. Just subscribe, watch the videos. I will see you in the next one. Take care and have a great night.